Good Wednesday morning, everybody. It is hump day, hump day, hump day. What did you think about the markets yesterday? If you watched our video yesterday, was our analysis on spot. For the most part, I think we did pretty good. I've got a few things I want to go over with you here today. I want to show you, we had a couple winning trades, kind of let you know about those. But markets are kind of setting up, kind of look like, I don't, I'm not really sure what they're going to do here this morning. They're similar to yesterday. Yesterday, the Qs and the S&P set new highs. The Qs have already hit a new high in pre-market this morning. The S&P is kind of lagging behind. The Russell is right up into our zone. We were looking at maybe we're looking at possibly shorting the Russell here, but we're going to wait till we see some type of confirmation and we get a signal that that it's but it's in that area that I think it could possibly reverse. So as we're looking at things going on here, the VIX is about 17.33. It popped a little bit yesterday, but it stayed for the most part below 17 and a half for the most part most of the day, which is a plus, which means usually the market's it's trading kind of in a pretty tight range right there. But hey, let's go ahead and get this video here for my pre-market prep, and make sure you click the like button, subscribe. It's a new channel, but I'm an older trader that is rather risk adverse, so I look for high probability setups and manage my risk and things like that. But, first of all, it's a little bit of housekeeping. I'm not a financial advisor, nor do I give a financial advice. There are no trade alerts. There's no rooms. We don't have, a cult following. I don't, I'm not looking for sheep. I'm looking for people that want to learn, but at the same time, people that may have a common interest, hence our name, LMA Trading, like-minded adults. We're all adults here. So on top of that, you trade your own money. You win your own money or you lose your own money. Pick your own entries and also your own exits. Understand that stocks and options both have risks. You can lose all your money, and this is not a get rich quick. There is no such thing. And technical analysis and all these things are subject to interpretation. What you see and I see could be two totally different things, and how we read the technicals. But that's what I'm here for. These videos are part of my trade journey. They are part of my trade journal, and I share these openly with you here on YouTube, but I also allows me to kind of review and talk through the setups and talk through some things. It allows me to kind of see things that maybe I wouldn't see otherwise, as I'm talking to my computer and my microphone here, and enjoying a cup of coffee. So it's just a little bit past 7 o'clock here in the morning on Wednesday morning. So let's jump into this here. And as I was kind of saying in the beginning, the markets are, not real sure what they're going to do. It looks a little bit like they could be an inside day, or possibly they may open green and turn red on us. Possibly the Qs have just dropped below, and they're negative by about 1.25, and so we'll just have to see where they're going to go here, but not a lot of conviction here, not a lot of momentum. Kind of looks a little bit like could be just a typical August day right now. So what they have in store for us, not real sure. But hey, I wanted to kind of go over, show you in yesterday's video. I shared a little bit about how I journal my trades using PowerPoint. I'm going to pull up my trade journal here. I want to pull out a couple things here and show you there what we did. Get this to open up here. Got the spinny wheel of death. Very colorful wheel. Well, okay, we're going to scroll all the way down here to the bottom, and This was the market yesterday. Here was the market open. Our pre-market kind of indicated, what was going on. And that was in yesterday's video. Here was a screenshot of the close. And it was a good day. We made money, and I believe the S&P is setting up for a run into the 4,500 target, possibly, which I said possibly today. But right now, with the way things are moving, it's kind of hard to say really. But I had a couple good victories on a few trades that I talked about. The first one here was we had some calls on SPRT, which is a support.com. It's a penny stock. It was trading when we got into it. It was trading for right around $9 or $10. I think about $10. So we got into it right in this zone here. We had a daily squeeze that fired on that would have been Monday. So we like the setup. We had a on our ready aim fire. We had a buy signal in the green zone, which is showing good movement to the upside. And then we had set a price target that we were shooting for of right at about $14. So we actually set at $14.50. We set a sell order at $14.50, and it popped in the morning. And I think it was by 11 o'clock or so, we had hit our sell. It pulled back a little bit, then it even went a little bit higher, and then it sold off at the end of the day as the rest of the day in the afternoon went on. But we got into it at $2.50 per contract, and we sold them off at $5.85, which was a great play. It was low risk, and it was a cheap stock, and these were December calls, so we only held them not even 24 hours. We just held them overnight. So ideal trade if you're under the PDT, ideal trade on that. So from that standpoint, it's a winner all day long. We'll take those to the bank. We also got in on Monday on roadblocks. We sold the $80 strike on the put credit spread. So we picked up contracts here, sold the September 17th $80 strike, and bought back the 75, and we collected $1.62 in premium per contract. It was in a daily squeeze, and it fired yesterday. We also had a green power dot, and we also had a good buy signal on the RAF. Hit our target, which we was looking for about a 1.5 to 2 ATR move. So we hit our target right here. This possibly we'll take a quick look here, see what it's doing. But I kind of felt like roadblocks is kind of a choppy chart. So we got a good fire. I kind of expected this to pull back here today. So I didn't want to stay in it if we hit the target. And we did. So we bought him back for 91 cents, just a little under our 50% price target. But I could have held it on a little longer. It did go higher into the day, and then kind of pulled back towards the close. But that's okay. We left a little money on the table, but overall a good day. And we also had our SPX income trades. We got a $120 credit per contract on that. So overall, all in all, that closed. We sold it back, or we bought it back for 5 cents. And so left again. Great trade because the credit was $125 a credit, and then the previous day we've got another one. If the market bounces and goes up, that should also close. We're about 15 cents away on closing that SPX trade. So that's 3 winners on those this week, and then we've got one on for next week, and we've got some other plays on too, but kind of wanted to show you those here in my journal and let you know how we fared on that. Let's go ahead and let's jump into the markets and pull up our daily chart and our long-term weekly chart on the Dow. So the Dow is about a plus 15, and not a lot of conviction or follow through. We've got low momentum, so it looks like possibly decreasing momentum. So we might see kind of a downturn. So we kind of got a trend line right here. So I'm going to put in my trend line, and from here, so we've got this trend line kind of setting up right here, and that's not where I wanted it, but that's close. Move her up there. There we go. And so we've got this trend line here. So I'd like to see, if the Dow kind of breaks this trend line, comes up here, and maybe if we can get a close above 1 ATR, we may push up higher on this. So we'll see if the Dow can pick up some momentum. It is in a weekly squeeze. We do have a sell signal that fired yesterday on the ready aim fire. So we've got a sell signal there. So the Dow is doing the Dowy thing. All right. Anyways, our Russell, we had a target right in here that we were looking at. We closed right on the high. I mean, these are three strong candles. The bulls were definitely in charge here, and they closed on the high both days. So this is the area that we're looking at this to be running out of steam here. There's not a buy or not a sell signal on this yet. Still, it's under the ready aim fire as a buy, and also we've got, but I believe on the long-term weekly chart, it is running into exhaustion. So the buyers may be getting a little exhausted here. So this could possibly begin to make a turn. We might we may go up a little bit here today, but I think right in this zone somewhere is we're going to make a turn. This is a pretty tight spot for resistance. So we'll see here. And then of course, if we can get above this 2260, if we close above the 2260 up in here above 1 ATR, then I think the Russell would be going higher possibly. So that's my take on the Russell with all that. Then let's take a look at the Qs here real quick. The Qs have already, like I said in the beginning, we've already set a new high. We're still under the buy signal on that. So, long plays, but at the same time, we are at the top. We are we are extended above the 2 ATR, closing in on the 3 ATR for the long-term chart. So, this would be something that, as long as the FANG stocks, Apples, the Teslas, the Facebooks, Google and Amazon, those are looking good. Netflix, as far as those bigger tech stocks roll and move today, then we're probably going to see this go higher, and also the S&Ps go higher. But we have a little bit of volatility kind of creeping in from a low of 17 yesterday. We're up to about 17.35. So since we've started recording, we've popped a little bit on the VIX, but nothing to be super alarmed at. Going into a little bit of volatility would be good, so we get a little bit of a pullback. This market's been all about buying a dip. Being we are up here at the highs, if you want to, if I'm looking for a good entry on a credit spread, then we would definitely want to see a nice little pullback here if it's a tech stock. Let's take a look at the S&Ps. The S&Ps, again, kind of looking a little similar to the Qs, but would expect that because the tech stocks, the FANG stocks, are heavily weighted in the S&P. So if they really pop and begin to move today in the cash session, then we'll probably see this go higher. But like I said, I would welcome a nice little pullback. We have some credit spreads we want to get in for next week for the 1st of September, and also looking at September 3rd expirations next week. So like to see a little bit of a pullback here, still under a buy signal here, under a buy signal on the long term on the ready aim fire. So, but very, very bullish. It's a bullish chart by no means. I wouldn't necessarily be shorting up here, not with the momentum, not with the way things are going. If the VIX comes up into over 20, then I myself would be looking at loading the boat on some credit spreads on the SPX, and possibly the Qs. And so that's what we're looking at here today. I was on the rut. I am looking at that possibly. Here's the area that we are looking at. If we get some exhaustion here and this begins to give us a sell signal on the daily, then we may play this back down. But like I said, this has got a beautiful double bottom down here. As you can see right here, we have a low here and a low here, so we've got a nice double bottom. This is a very bullish indication, but some might say that it's also setting up a head and shoulders pattern on or maybe a little bit longer term chart. So, or a double top here, which is a bullish pattern. So that's what we've got here. Tesla made a nice pop yesterday. We are looking at possible spreads here on Tesla. The 660 is the one we're looking at selling the 660 strike. As we had an entry in on this. We didn't get filled yesterday, so if we get a little bit of a pullback today on Tesla, I would like to see that. Also, Apple still struggling. Apple is still struggling at or around the where's my Apple, at the 150 mark. That is a serious line of resistance at the 150. So it looks like we're going to get a little bit of a pullback. So I was in Apple for a while and we made a few pennies on it, but it's been in a relatively long daily squeeze, just not getting it's just, we're getting the fire on the ready aim fire, but just not getting any follow through. And most likely is just the dog days of the summer that's holding this back a little bit, but we need this to get moving. Facebook, we are in a position on Facebook that we sold the 350s. The 350, we're looking at a move back up here to the highs. But, again, looking for maybe a 1 ATR move or possibly a push up into above 370, maybe like 375. We would be looking to take profits there and take that off the table. Goldman Sachs is one that we played to the downside. It hit our mark, our 390 is what our target was. I was looking at picking this back up. I missed it. Just like I missed this move here. I missed this move here. Now we're way back up here at the high. So probably looking at this going higher possibly today. So we are getting on the ready aim fire, we are getting a green dot. So, but it is a little extended. It's up here. So I don't think I would be a buyer on this here today, even though, the indicators are giving this is getting into an area, but again, possible move up to, 420. So, I don't know. We'll look at this. I may look at this and see what kind of spreads I can get on this. Maybe selling like a 390 credit spread back down here to 21. This is very strong, very, very strong stock, and the financials are behaving. The financials are behaving very nicely. So as you can see here, it looks very, very similar here. So the financial stocks are also in, so Goldman Sachs is in line with the ETF that follows that. The other one too is energies. I like the energy sector was down in the last month or so. It's making a pop back up here. So like to see that get above the 21 and close above the 21 in the energies. And then, we will, I will probably be looking at this here, but like to see, we have the ready aim fire, the RAF, we are in here. So when the weekly fires, then I will be definitely looking at some energy plays. So, to have them run up for a while. Those are so that's kind of what I'm looking at here today for a Wednesday. What I see in the markets, it's kind of going to be I think might be a little bit of a down day or an inside day. We'll see how these shake out at the open. Pre-market is always a tough read. Never know what's going to happen, but we'll see how much conviction. And I just noticed here, like on the cues, the daily squeeze is firing here today in pre-market, but we'll see if that holds. But again, the daily squeeze, if it doesn't have any momentum, doesn't have the volume, kind of a little bit meaningless. But we are getting here. We on this, the RAF is a little extended. But again, wouldn't necessarily be looking at a short here. The only one that I'm looking at shorting is playing to the downside is the Russell. And so we'll see if we get any fail here and we get a close below this, then possibly may have an entry looking for this play back down to the support level down here. So hey guys, have a great Wednesday. Have the happy trading. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe to our channel, comment, let us know how we're doing. Appreciate your feedback if you have any. Other than that, have a great day.